Hi there, my name is Devon Storm, Lord, and I am a lore YouTuber concerning mythological and legendary myths and legends, and also fictional universes. So I actually go to history and I go and look up a specific god or hero or monster and make a lore video about it, and I also go and look in fiction if I can't find a character named after one of these mythical beings, and how the writer may actually have done it with a purpose. And I also will be doing fictional lore videos on those universes as well. Okay, so today's video is about Amun. So Amun, he was also known as Amun and Amen. He was one of the first primordial deities worshipped in Hermopolis. They were known as the Ogdyad. Now, the Ogdyad consisted of basically a male and female version of a god. So you got Amen, or rather Amun and Amunet. Basically the same god, but they were seen as man and wife, but they were actually more male and female version of them. Now, Amun had a wife who was named Mut, who was a female mother goddess, and she was connected to the primordial waters of Nu. Basically, it's connected to their creation myth. And then they both had a son named Khonsu. He was the moon god, and his name meant traveler because, well, the moon moved through the air. So, yeah, they thought he was a traveler. Anyways, it was basically, they were known as the Theban Triad, since at that point in time, Amun was the patron deity of Thebes, which was in 2130 to 1991 BC. It was during that period he became the patron deity of Thebes. It was during the 11th dynasty, and basically the previous patron deity was Montu, a falcon-headed war god. Yeah. Anyways, Amun comes from the Old Kingdom, and it is also known as the Age of Pyramids or Pyramid Builders, and that was between 2686 BC and 2181 BC. Yeah, so quite a long time ago. The name Amun means hidden one, so that will later come into play when I take examples out of fictional universes. Now, in the 16th century BC, Amun became a national god. Now, this happened when the army of Ahmose I, who was the founder of the 18th century BC, or rather dynasty, 18th dynasty, which was in, 16th century BC. And why this happened is the founder, like I said, Ahmose I, he expelled the Hyksos rulers from Egypt. Now, Ahmose I, his city of origin was Thebes, and since he came from there, his patron deity of Thebes became the most important god. And a national god is a guardian deity which, protects a certain ethnic group or nation and, their leaders. And also why it was mentioning this, since it was this pharaoh's city of origin, the city became the most important city in Egypt, and also it became the capital of this new dynasty. Now, therefore, like I said, Amun got a status boost, and it even got more boosted when all the pharaohs of that new dynasty attributed all their successes to this god, and gave a part of her wealth and captured loot, because why not call it loot, and spoils and loot of war, and gave it to the construction of temples to Amun, which, is gonna naturally increase the status of Amun, make him become more worshipped, and etc. etc. And the less fortunate and poor saw him as their champion and hero, upholding the rights of justice forward. So, since he upheld Ma'at, which was order, justice, truth and goodness, those who prayed to him had to tell him of their sins. Now I have to say, that must have been quite an interesting spectacle to behold. Like, okay, these guys really believed they needed to tell their sins. So, who would listen to their sins? The priests? Or did they just talk in private? How did it work? Anyways, when Egypt conquered Kush, they saw that the Kushites worshipped a ram-headed deity. So they gave Amun small ram's horns, of course. Yeah, he just needed them. It was quite good. Anyways, which they were later known as the horns of Amun. As the cult, and it really, what else it is? What is it else as a cult? It grew in importance. They merged Amun with the chief deity Ra to create Amun Ra. Basically another status boost. Since Ra were considered symbols of virility, or rather, since rams were considered symbols of virility, Amun also became a fertility god with a major erection. Seriously, go look him up. You'll see he has one major erection. He then merged with Min, the fertility god of that time, to form Amun Min. That's a theme. Whenever he merges with a god, it's become Amun Min, or whenever one of the gods merges with another god, it's Ramen, Horusman, and not really original. Anyways, during 1346 and 1336 BC, a period of 20 years, the Atenist heresy of Akhenaten took place. Now, Akhenaten was originally named Amenhotep IV, but because priests of Amun-Ra had power and wealth on his level, if not more, he decided that this was not going to work at all. So he changed his land. He banned all religion except for Aten. Now priests had bugger all left after that, especially those who were the leaders of Amun-Ra, Ra's temples. So you have to understand why they struck his name from Egyptian records when he died, like immediately, and had all his religious and governmental changes undone. They even convinced his son, who was named Tutankhaten, to change his name to Tutankhamen. Yeah, Tutankhamen. So, from meaning the living image of Aten, it changed to the living image of Anum. And just to put this in perspective, they did all this in such a in such a short amount of time that it almost looked like it never existed, as if this pharaoh never existed and this 20 years never happened. That's at the amount of time they worked to get rid of him. Anyways, so this is the law of Amun. There's more, but I think this covers it, and yada yada yada. And now I can talk about some other places you'll hear of him. So first off, I'll start with Amen. Now Amen, as most of you know, you will hear it a lot in gospel music as well as Christianity. So what many people who learn of Amen think, whoa, the Bible uses Amen as comes from this God. Well, those who study words and where they come from and what they mean and stuff, said no, this is not the case. And the reason why they say this is because even though it's the same word, it's not really spelled the same way, and that it may be that Amun should have actually been Amun. Now, just for the interest of actually going to read it, I'm going to mention going to the Strong's Concordance of the King James if you want. Now, in the Strong's Concordance of the King James, if you go to H528, you'll find Amun or Amun. Now, it is, of course, Egyptian god. Now, here they state it is to noise or to be faithful. Now, if you go to Amen, which is H543 in the Strong's Concordance, it means verily, truly, amen, and so be it. And if you go to the original word, Amun, which is H539, it is to support, confirm, and be faithful. It was really interesting for me to see that the Amun means to be faithful, and that Amun also means to be faithful. Just a quick little fact about that. Anyway, so about fictional characters and universes, we'll go first to Warhammer 40k. In that you'll find Amun. Now, this guy Amun, he is the tutor of the Primarch Magnus the Red. Now, I'm not going to go into detail what Primarchs and stuff are. I'm going to be going into that in more depth in a future video, but we'll be telling the lore of 40k itself. Now, Amun was the leader of an intelligence gathering organization known as the Hidden Ones. Now, you remember what I told you about his naming, meaning the Hidden One? Well, it comes into play, and I think they did it deliberately. And then we can go to a second fictional universe called StarCraft. It comes from 3 video games. I haven't played them. I want to play them, but my computer's a bit crappy. So, the guy in this universe is Amun. He's one of the big characters in this universe. And he's basically from some alien race called the Zelnaga. And he's basically the bad guy. And he's connected to the void and basically wants to destroy everything to nothing and then recreate the universe. And that's very much, I think, almost like Thanos. But I can't say for sure. Now, I will be doing a video on StarCraft next week on the lore and the setting of StarCraft. And then I'll probably be doing the next week after that a video on Amun specifically. Now, thank you. Please subscribe and hit the notification button, as well as comment and give me suggestions as well as your thoughts on this video, and share this video as well with friends and family. Okay, adios amigos.